Okay, so I'm going to be doing a quick little video on how to navigate through ev360. So if you download it, otherwise go ahead and have it downloaded and log in. If you're having problems, go ahead and reach out to Ms. Thomas or Mr. Moody. Once you get in and you're logged in, this pops up here. These are your activities which you can add things to. I don't really use it too much, so I don't know much about that. Time on task ranking. So you can switch this to this week, yesterday, today, this month, from the beginning of the month, etc. This is all the users that are on ev360. And you can do this cool thing and come down here to EPCC. And it will show you everybody in EPCC and rank people as to how many hours they have spent. This is for the month. Homework alerts, we won't really use that much unless you set up your own timers, that kind of thing. Quote of the day is really cute. To succeed, we must first believe that we can. You can do schedules in here, assign all your skills if you have other class. I don't really do too much in this side of it. Some other classes, they require you to fill in things in here in other schools. We don't do any of that. This is just for your own speed building. So you go in here to My Speed Building. There's 3 different ways to do it. There's audio. My local content, there usually won't be anything in there. It's per school if they want to add things in there and we don't. Open streaming package. What I usually do, there's different little packages in here and you guys can play around with those. Again, EPCC custom package, we're not really going to put stuff in there. Popcorn Q&A is the answer yes, answer no, answer yes or answer no, sir, which a lot of us, I know myself, have problems with. I usually go down here to student package, select library if you want jury charge, lit, or Q&A. You can select your speed. Length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And this is the different recordings that they have in this student package. And in each student package, there's different ones as well. And then in here, you can select your workout. If you guys used PEV, it's kind of the same thing here. You'll see the red line here is going to be how it takes you during the recording. So if you select 100 words a minute, it'll start you at 90 and increase you in 5 word per minute increments until you get up to 110 and then back down. And so you can do accurate notes, which is what this one is. Control, holding on, which is my super favorite. And it'll take you way up to 20 words a minute over your selected speed. So you do continue. You do not have to be hooked up to use this. You do not have to have Case Catalyst to use this. Come over here to play. And this, the 100.
You state your name, please. Daryl Schultz. Mr. Schultz, my name is Bill Randall, and I represent one of the 2 motorcycle riders. His name.
So you'll see here is this red line. And it'll tell you where the speed is at during the playing of the audio. You also have these little gauges up here that'll tell you how fast you're going. So that's in My Speed Building. There's also text, which is pretty cool. And I'll show you the same one for that one. So it'll show up here the words, which I like using. It really makes me a lot more accurate and just kind of solidifies what I'm trying to write in my brain, I guess. You can see the cue. Could you state your name? So while you're in that one, you can also go to settings here while you're in the text one and go to words to display. You can make it display 10, 11, 12, all the way down to 5 or 1 at a time, which makes it seem super fast. I like the 10 setting. You can choose what you would like. It gives you a 2-second delay time, and you can make it smaller or bigger font as well, which is nice. If you go to video, there's also quite a few, there's some cool I think it's in the lids. I'm going to take just a second. My internet's a little bit slow.
Hello, I want to welcome you to SH130, Lesson 1, and this will be literary speed building. I hope you've worked on your preview words and will make this lesson a lot more easy for you.
So those are basically lessons from other schools. They also have in here, let me see if I can find it, some pretty cool TED Talk videos. They're in community coaching. Yeah, so if you go to the videos and you go to the community coaching video package, there's some TED Talks in here, or Everyday Grammar TV, and those are kind of cool, a little bit motivational and that kind of stuff. So that's really, if you have 15, 20 minutes, just sit down and bang it out on a computer or on your keyboard. If you have like an hour, I recommend doing my read back. It's basically the same setup, just the audio and the text. And you can go in here, and I'll just play my previous one. This is the one I've been working on. So it's basically that same, well, this one is a jury charge. That same take, that same 5-minute take, but it'll break it up by minute. And it'll play that first minute at 190, and then again at 200, and then again at 210 and 220, and then back down to 200 again. So if you select this section and hit continuous play, it'll play all 5 of those all in one straight in a line, which really lets you stop and focus on briefs and focus on make sure you're writing everything correctly the first time, or if you have a problem with something, you can go back and look at it again. You can view concordance, which is a cool little tool. This is all the words that are said in that audio. So you can go in here, and if you authorized, I don't have a brief for authorized. So in here, you can go to Steno Search. It's not gonna let me do it with this open. Steno Search. Type in authorize, and it'll give me a bunch of different briefs for it. Let's say Thor's, STHORZ is a good one that I like. I can also go in here and make sure that there's no conflicts with it. Like there's too many on this one. Thor might also be a conflict with author. So that's going to tell me to go back into my case catalyst, do a search for it, make sure that before I'm defining anything that I know that there's not a conflict in my dictionary. You can also print these, clear your results, and you can look up words from there, which is cool. You don't have to be, I know a lot of us use Briefopedia, which if you don't have that as well, it's just an online search base that you can use. I think it's through Stenovations. It's called Briefopedia, just like encyclopedia, but with brief. And you can, it's basically the same concept. You can look up words on there as well. It's the same for audio and text. And it'll play this at
Ladies and
190.
gentlemen of the jury, it is my duty as judge to instruct you in the law that applies to this case. It is your duty as jurors to follow these instructions.
So basically play around with those two, my speed building, my readback. Another nice thing that we have with this program is my evaluations. You can attempt an evaluation. Again, play around with these. So you can do, whatever speed you want in here. Again, from 1 to 5 minutes. And do that for story charge. So once you're in here,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is my duty as...
so it's not gonna, you can do output to steno keys, I believe, and it should come out in here. Otherwise, you can just take that in a test, go into your case catalyst, edit it in there, and then copy it and paste it into here. And then it'll grade it for you once you're done with that. And then it'll give you a total number of errors. It'll give you the accuracy. Let me see if I can show you one of mine. So this is one I did, and when you do it, it'll open it up and it'll show you the errors that you made, how many errors you had, your percentage of accuracy. You can delete them from there. Let's see what this is. Apologize, I haven't played too much with the evaluation portion of it, but you can see from there. This is again just the basics of what you can do with ev360. It's a really good tool. I recommend you use it. And those are just the basics with it. Again, play with it on your own, but that's the basics of how to get around it, okay? And thanks so much.